Now, do you listen to me, guys? Yeah? Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's continue with number 3. So we have to select who was or were a singer. So what do you think is the answer in this part? Number 3. Is that is singular, is was or were? So
What?
that is was. Yes, Nancy, that's correct. Good. That's good. Okay, the number 4, question number 4. Who was or were actors? That is actors. So, okay, that is where, that's right, because we have actors. Cuando estamos hablando de plural, utilizamos where. Okay? So it means, and the last one that is already answered, I mean, we have who was a comedian. So according to that, here, as you can see, we have pictures. So in this case, who was a politician? So I'm going to give you example. Who was a politician? So the idea is that you can mention, as Nancy did, so for example here, and I'm going to write Nelson Mandela was a politician. Okay? Nelson Mandela was a politician. So the idea is that we are going to select from these pictures and give the answers. Okay? So number 2, who was a painter according to this answer? Do you know? Great, Roger, that's good. Very well, good. Salvador Dali was a painter. Good. Let's continue with number 3. So we have here, who was a singer? So do you know? Could be the answer for number 3. Do you know who was this guy? Freddie Mercury. That's good. Freddie Mercury was a singer. That's right, Roger. Yes. The Queen. We are the champions. That's right. Good. Okay, let's continue with number 4. And we have who were actors. So because they already passed away, when I say pass away, okay, that is que ellos murieron, pass away. It's another way to say died. Okay? So, what would be the answer? Who were actors? Remember their names? No? You don't remember their names? Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. That's right. Good. Robin Williams and Paul were actors. That's good. Okay. And we have here Paul Walker. That's correct. So they were actors. That's good. So we said they were actors. Okay. Good. And We have the last one. Who was a comedian? So what will be the answer for this? Who was a comedian? So according to these pictures, so it's missing this, right? So what is the answer, guys? Nope, you don't remember? That's correct, Roger. Good. Roberto Gomez was a comedian. Okay, good. So when we have here, because those are positive, we use was and were. But when we use negative, we use wasn't, and when it's negative, weren't for plural. That's correct. So we have here the constructions of this. Let's move on to the next slide. So we have here, how much do you know about history? Okay, so we have Socrates and Plato were Greek philosophers. Plato was Socrates' pupil. They wrote speeches about politics and behavior. Where were they from? So what will be the answer? Socrates and Plato. They were from Greece. That's correct. Good. Very well, Roger. Let's continue with the next one. Okay, so Scandinavians were expeditions to Britain and Norwest France. Where were they from? So it's very easy because you have here the answer. Is that is where were they from? So we need to answer with this part. So what will be the answer? They were from, what is the answer, guys? A, B, or C? Okay. They were from Scandinavia or British Isles or Germany. According to that, they were from, that's correct. Good. The answer is C. Yes, they were from Scandinavia. Good. Okay, let's move on. Next part we have here. So as you can see in the picture, there was a woman. So let's see what we have. Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Valentina Tereshkova was the first woman in the space. Who was the woman on the space? So we are talking about this woman. So the complete answer, that's correct. Good. Or we can say in another way, the first woman in the space was Tereshkova. That's correct, Roger. That's good. Great. Okay. Yeah, that is good. Both of them are great. Okay, let's continue with live music. Classical music. Chopin was born in Masovia in 1810. He was a great pianist when he was 7 years old. He was a wonderful composer. When was he born? So we have here A, B, or C. What is the answer? So I'm going to help you with the first part. He was born in 18th century. Are you sure? He was born because he was born in 1810. So what would be the so what would be the correct century? That is 1810. Da, da, da. So what would be the answer, guys? Did you just have okay, it's very simple, Roger. So I'm gonna explain. So when we set the numbers, example, in this case, I'm gonna give you an example. We were talking about the year 1734. We have to add the next, it will be 18th century, right? That's correct. Good. So according to that, we have 1810. That's good. So if we have 1810, we have here the only possibility in. That's right. Good. He was born in 18th century. Great. Okay. Yeah, bravo, applause and claps. Good. Okay, let's continue with the next. So here, what are we going to do? We keep on working simple past. So the idea is to use this verb in past. As you know, Hachiko and he's a bird. So there was a movie about this story. That the story is related to a dog. That this dog was oh yeah, it's really sad and it's very lovely story that you can move your feelings a lot. So we are going to complete this part of the story. So here, he's born in what will be in this part? We were talking about the past, right? So number one, what will be the answer? Was, that's correct, good. Let's continue. Was a professor at the University of Tokyo. Every morning, his faithful dog, Hachiko, when we say faithful, that is like a loyal dog, fiel dog, un perro fiel. Hachiko. So what is number two? What is the past of say? Number two. What would be the answer? Said, good. Said goodbye. That's correct. One day, Professor so here, on the usual train. So what do you think is the auxiliary that you will need to use in this part? We were talking about the past. So I'm just going to refresh you with, when we use present, we have the auxiliary do and does, right? So it means when we have past, this is for present. I'm going to write in the chat. That is for present, do and does. For example, it doesn't. It doesn't. Yeah, but that is in present. So what is the auxiliary in past? So we need to include the auxiliary. So it's not possible to say no returned. So the auxiliary that we're going to use in this case is did. Okay? Why? Because do and does is for present and did is for past. Oh, sorry. Did is for past. Did. Sorry for the laughing face here. Did. Okay? And according to that, with number 3, so we need to here didn't return. Okay? So the answer is didn't return. Tenemos que utilizar el auxiliar and the verb, as you can see in the chat, is in present. ¿Por qué? Porque ya tenemos el auxiliar en pasado, que no es necesario volverlo a poner el verbo en pasado. Okay? So didn't return. On the usual train. Oh, no, Roger. So, entonces, va el auxiliar, como este es negativo, entonces, escribírtelo sin contracción. Did not, for example, say. El verbo va en presente. Esto quiere decir, por ejemplo, another example. She didn't say anything. She didn't say anything. En esta oración que les acabo de poner en el chat, aquí quiere decir ella no dijo nada. ¿Okay? Ya el verbo se convierte en pasado. Pero en la fórmula, digámoslo como tal, se deja en presente. ¿Ok? Entonces, en negativo y en pregunta. How we change that as a question? Did she say anything? Did she say anything? Okay. Did she say anything? So in these cases, we use the auxiliary when we use for questioned and when we use for negative. And there is another one when we say short answers. Example, yes, she did. Yes, she did. Okay? But it's for short answers, please. Don't forget that. It's short answers. Yes, she did. Short answers. That's affirmative, but short. That will be long. It will be yes, she uh, she didn't say anything. That is affirmative. Yes, she said some words. Okay, acá sigue en el verbo en pasado porque no está el auxiliar, la forma. Okay, let's continue with number 4. He, do you remember what is the past of have? So what is the past of have? If you got the answer, that's right, good. So he had a hard time at work. Had. And we have friends with professor. The past of take. So what is the past of take? Took. Good, Roger. And at the end we have took the dog to their house. They. What is the past of look? Looked. Good. So because we have a regular verb, so we use ed. And took, the present is take, changed totally, so it means that we have an irregular verb. Okay? Let's continue. Regular verb. Okay. In this part, oh, sorry, it's not here. We can see very well this part. Okay, in this part we have the future. Okay. No, Roger. So when it's regular verbs, we use ed. Okay, ed as regular verbs. Regular verbs ed, and irregular. That's why the word irregular changed totally. Exactly, the past form. Okay, good. And so we are going to continue with future. ¿Tiene alguna pregunta? Do you have any questions so far about past simple? Past simple question? No questions? No questions, guys. De acuerdo al pasado para continuar con el futuro. Any question? No preguntas. Okay. Now let's move on to future. As you can see in this part, sorry, but it's not, well, here's the plane. The plane arrives at 18 tomorrow. She has a yoga class tomorrow morning. The restaurant opens at 7 tonight. The plane leaves in 10 minutes. So as you can see in this part, well, we see the sentences and we say, oh, but this is present, right? Decimos, oh, pero eso es presente, ¿cierto? Pero hay una diferencia. We're going to focus on these expressions. Tomorrow, tomorrow morning, 7 tonight, in 10 minutes. Estas expresiones nos indican futuro. So we're talking about the future. So it means that we can use the present simple as future. So the name of that is future simple. Okay, this future simple. Pero lo único que vamos a cambiar es el complemento. Entonces en la plataforma hay varios ejercicios que van a encontrar así, para que por favor no se vayan a confundir. Tienen que ver muy bien el completo. ¿Ok? Expresiones que indican futuro. And if we translate, but that's not the idea, el avión llegará. Okay? She has yoga class tomorrow. Tendrá, abrirá, and the plane leaves, se irá. Okay? So that is the future simple. Let's continue with this part. And we have here another type of future. So, as you can see in this part, we have isn't working, are living, and are state. So this when we are using this part ing4 and the verb to be, we say that is present continuous, right? Exactly, that is present continuous. That's present continuous. But look at the complement. Next week, next year, when we get to Boston, the complement, we're talking about the future, right? So it means that if we talk about the future, so we use expressions that indicate future. So in order not to confuse, we back here, that is exactly the time that is going to happen, and here we use these for arrangements. Cuando hablamos de arrangements, es como un itinerary, un itinerario. Cuando voy de viaje, okay, ya tengo todo un itinerario acordado. So, for example, I am or I am working. I am working at 7 a.m. I am working at 7 a.m. So in this part, esto indica si le añado at la expression tomorrow. I am working at 7 a.m. tomorrow. So it means that immediately estás pensando en futuro. ¿Ok? Entonces tenemos que tener en cuenta, por favor, no se vayan a confundir el complemento. Right? The complement in that part. Okay? So do you have any questions so far about the future tense? Okay, that's good. And the other type of future that we have here is that is will. Okay, that's will. And we can be going to. Okay, Roger. Yep, go ahead. Well, I'm going to give you some examples. I will. Remember that we use will for when you promise something, when it's a possibility. Okay, possible actions. Possible actions. So possible plans. Okay, so you are not sure about what is going to happen. So I will have children, for example, in my case, right? Exactly. Well, I will have children is a possibility because I don't have children in this moment. And there is another use for will, that is when we express, that is I'm gonna write here, that is at the moment, spontaneous. Okay, a spontaneous time. For example, if you're in a place and you're really in the screens for affirmative negative form, that is for negative. In the screen we have negative. In this part, esto es presente continuo. It's present continuous, right? In a moment, we are going to make a question. Okay? Spontaneous time, that is I will give you back, or I'll help you, or I open the door. I open the door. Don't I open the door. Estas son expresiones espontáneas, ¿ok? Spontaneous things que estás haciendo en el momento y la otra persona te dice, oh, I'll help you. I'll open the door. I'll open the door. Es the contraction. Okay? Yo te ayudaré, yo te abriré la puerta. And remember, please don't be confused when you use will, you can use two forms, will not, and when we have want, it's a contraction. Okay? That's a contraction. And in this part, If we want to ask a question, it's the same that we use as present continuous. So let's change this question, for example. So we said, is he working next week? Is he working next week? Él estará trabajando la próxima semana. And here, are they living until the end of the next year? Okay. Are they living? If you want to use a question when negative is possible, so you just say aren't. Aren't they? Solo cambiamos el verbo to be. Aren't they living? Aren't they living until the end of next year? Okay. And that's it. And the affirmative, we just delete this contraction. He is working next week. They are living until the next year. And we are, well, this is an affirmative way. And here the negative, we aren't staying with friends. We get to Boston. Okay. So I don't know, guys, if you have any question related to past and the future. Any question, guys? Do you have any question? Okay, Roger, that's good. Your participation is really good. Okay, guys, so, and, well, so because we are going to have a next session, so I just want to remind you that our next session there's going to be, and let me see the agenda, that, okay, it's going to be next Monday. Yep, next Monday is going to be our next virtual session, and so we're going to talk about the topics. Okay, let me see here. That's the next virtual session. Okay. Oh my gosh, what I did. That is our next virtual session. So we are going toward other topics. Is that I don't want to take so much information to you tonight. So just past and future. Okay. And guys, remember, we just have 1 week more. So do the activities, please. So I'm going to say that in Spanish, parentheses here. Recordemos que solo tenemos una semana para terminar este corte. Terminamos el 30 de septiembre, es decir, la próxima semana. Por ende, ya nos queda el summary test, que son las últimas unidades. Si tienen problemas con los juegos, por favor envíenme los pantallazos si los puntajes no les está funcionando y no les está arrojando el puntaje que es. Okay? And related to the projects, I will give you the scores on weekend. Okay? So you will have your score this weekend. Okay, guys? So that's it for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. Okay, thanks a lot. So we have Diana, Haidu, Lillian, Nancy, Roger, and Victor. Oh, what do you mean we can delete the video YouTube? We can delete the YouTube video? So what do you mean? Oh, is that, oh, because I'm going to open the link. So, all right. No, please, no yet. So you need to maintain that activity, this link. It's so funny, Roger. Yeah, don't say those kind of things because it's your scored. So I need this link. Okay, guys. So thanks a lot for your time. So remember, because here you participate a lot, and so I'm going to take into account your names because sometimes there are some activities that you have less scores. So with this participation in these virtual sessions, so I can give you extra point for that, okay? So we have Diana, Haidu. Haidu, do you have any question or Lillian? Okay, Lillian, Nancy, we have Nancy Beltran, sorry, and Mr. Roger Romero, and we have Victor Urrego. Okay, guys, so thanks a lot for your time. Have a nice night. Sleep well. Take care. Bye bye. See you on Monday in our next virtual session. You too, Roger. You're great.